Hey yoga fam, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me again on your mat in another one of my yoga videos. This video will be a full body yoga flow. So not targeting any area in specific, but just trying to use the body or the flows as a tool to quieten the mind, to let go of our day, to let go of anything that's happened this week. Always know if there's any postures or poses throughout today's practice that you don't get. No, it doesn't matter. It's only yoga. No one's judging you. I do like to practice with a block. If you don't have a block, books, any form of object that can bring the ground a little bit closer to you. Perfect. All right. So we're going to start this morning, midday, this afternoon, tonight, wherever you are. We're going to start in an easy cross-legged seat. So I like to prop my hips up onto the block and take 3 breaths here. These breaths are just for you to center yourself for your practice. If you haven't already, I invite you to close down through your eyes and start to feel into your body. Notice how your muscles feel. Notice how your body reacts to concentrating on the breath and to sitting in this position. As you breathe, allow a sense of calm to wash over your body. Start to come to this feeling of letting go of your days, your weeks. And just know that for the duration of this class, this is your time. This is your time to give back to you. And just be a little bit selfish in the best way possible. 3 more beautiful, deep breaths. And gently you start to blink your eyes open. Make your way over onto your hands and knees into your tabletop position. As always, starting every class, just making circles with shoulders over wrists. Your fingers spread wide. Allow your fingertips to grip the earth. Reverse your circles. Press through your palms and keep your breath smooth. It will take 6 more breaths in movements, but make any movements that feel good to you. Maybe that's running through cat-cow, shifting your weight back and forward. Know your palms, your fingers can face in any direction that feel good to you. And warming up to our wrists, through our shoulders, through our knees, and through our hips. Also the spine and neck, I guess. There's no pressure on the movement. Just let it feel intuitive to your nature and intuitive to your practice. And know in today's class, if I'm moving too fast or too slow, you can alter the pace. If there are any postures or poses that I don't cue and you'd like to go into, also know that you can add on. I know what feels good for my body. I don't know what feels good for yours. Nice. If you feel warm enough, go ahead and tuck your toes, lift your hips, press everything back in a way downward facing dog. Maybe you'd like to bend your right knee, straighten your left leg, and then vice versa, bend left knee, straighten right leg, pedaling out your heels. Sometimes a swishing or a rocking from side to side with your hips feels nice, opening up through the sides of your bodies. And again, feel that drive through your palms. And feel as though as you press through your palms and your feet evenly, you come to this apex, this tipping point right at the top of your pelvis, and see if you can shine your pelvis. So anterior tilt, tip your pelvis towards the sky a little more. Having a deeper bend in your knees is always useful. And slowly begin to walk your hands towards your feet at the back of your mat. Take your hands just out in front of you and shift your weight forward. Don't allow your heels to come off the mat. Shift your weight backwards. Don't let your toes lift. And then from left to right or right to left, just finding a general center, a general starting point for our foundations. And slowly holding opposite elbow with opposite hand, begin to hang, draping your torso over your thighs, letting your head hang. Releasing your hands, inhale, slowly begin to roll towards a standing position. Feel your hamstrings ignite to raise you. When you get there, gaze towards the sky, find a slight arch in your back, engagement through your glutes. And as you exhale, dive forward, head leads first. Shoulders, upper, middle, lower back follow. And inhale to stack back towards a standing position. This time your shoulders shrug towards your ears, and as you exhale, let them go. Dive forward, head first, slowly unstack. Just getting some movement into our spine, warming it up. Then one final time, inhale, rise. This time take your arms to sky. Palms press overhead, engage through your glutes, maybe a hint of a back bend. And your right hand holds onto your left wrist, and as you exhale, side bending over towards the right. Ground down through your left foot. Your right leg can lift up and step behind your left if you wish. Creating this beautiful banana shape, maybe a rainbow. Or if I look in front of me, maybe one of those palm fronds. Inhale back through center, arms and gaze skyward. Reverse the interlace of your hands, left hand, right wrist. Exhale, side bend towards your left. Maybe that left foot steps off and behind. Maybe your balance isn't there yet. Maybe your 2 feet are just grounded. Keep sinking your right foot into the earth. Inhale back through center. Step that left foot back. Find a little more length. Exhale, hinging at your hips. Fold forward. Find Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. Exhale, slowly walk all the way out to your high plank. Knees can soften down to your mat, or maybe they stay raised. Drive through your palms, externally rotate through your shoulders. Hug your thighs together, engage through your glutes. We'll hold, we'll breathe here. Just a little plank pose to start the class, nothing too sinister. So go through your actions, press through your palms, draw your shoulders back and down. Press the back of your heart towards the sky. And shift your shoulders over your wrists. We'll lower down to the mat for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1 we land. Untuck your toes. Hands at 10 and 2. Inhale, rise, oscillating cobra. Exhale to lower. 4 more like this. Move at your own pace. It's just a beautiful way to awaken through your spine. Bring your glutes into the conversation. So as you rise, allow your glutes to engage just to protect your lower back. And if you find that this is a little bit twingy on your lower back, you can always step your feet a little wider. And know that when you raise, try and lift your heart forward. Instead of arching all the way back, try and lift up and out, finding more length through the crown of your head. And one final time, we'll inhale, rise. Exhale, soften down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Find your way back into a child's pose. So your knees go wide, your big toes touch, sinking your hips back towards your heels. No, I would be softening my head down to the mat or a block if I didn't have to think about the mic. So if you're looking at me and my head is raised and you're trying to do the same, just allow your head to drop, allow it to lower. Now in this space, can you breathe deeply? Maybe you'd like to set an intention for your practice. Maybe you'd like to find your why for stepping onto your mat. Whatever it is, it could be trying to improve yourself physically, getting stronger, getting more flexible. Maybe it's for mental clarity. Maybe there's a deeper why, a deeper reason. So throughout today's practice and maybe throughout the rest of your week, can you start to search a little deeper? Really starting to question your why. And if this is too much for you and you just want to practice, by all means, yoga's yoga, it's going to feel good. Your next inhale, slowly rise. Downward facing dog once more. And maybe you've found over the course of the 4 videos I have up now that your down dog's feeling a little stronger. You might be getting a little better. Maybe this is the 12th time you've watched this video and it still hurts. Just know this is your practice, know this is your journey. Deep inhale, raise onto balls of feet. Exhale, bend your knees, gaze forward, step, hop or float to the top of your mats. Half lift, inhale. Fold in, exhale. Inhale, rise, stand, arms and gaze reach. Exhale, your hands draw to your heart center. Surya Namaskar A, 2 rounds. Inhale, arms and gaze float. Exhale, hinge and fold. Half lift, inhale. Hands to earth, high plank, lower on your exhalation. Untuck your toes, inhale your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Finding this connection between body, mind and breath. Deep inhale, raise onto balls of feet. Exhale, bend your knees, gaze forward, step, hop or float to the top of your mat. Half lift, inhale. Fold in, exhale. Inhale, reach, arms and gaze to sky. Soft engagement through your glutes. Hands to heart center, exhale. Inhale, arms and gaze float. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands to earth, high plank, lower. Maintain your length through your spine. Untucking your toes, choose your back bend, inhale. Downward facing dog with an exhalation. 2 deep breaths, in through your nose, and out through your nose. Deep inhale, right heel reaches to sky. Exhale, your right foot steps forward. Your left knee softens down. Low lunge, inhale, rise. Exhale, deepen in. Feel grounded through your right foot. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Come back to your Y. As you exhale your fingertips, find your mat. Draw your hips back. Right leg straightens, fold in, Ardha Hanumanasana. Half lift, inhale. And fold in, exhale. Feel a gentle drawing back of your right hip. Drawing your right heel back towards your body against the mat. Your fingertips light on the earth, your shoulders feel spacious. Head hangs heavy. Look forward. Right knee bends. Frame your right foot. Downward facing dog. Left heel floats. Left foot steps forward. Right knee softens down. Use your inhalation to rise. Take a bit of time here just to feel settle, maybe a few bounces in and out. If it's early and your muscles are tight and your body's sore, just take a few more breaths to get into the depth of the pose. Triceps spin forward, biceps spin back. Exhale your fingers to the mat. Draw your hips back, your left leg straightens, fold. Half lift. Fold in. And know if you're really stiff, your hands can be on that object, just lifting yourself up. Sometimes it's nice to have this prop, just to find a little bit more space through your spine, allows you to breathe a little easier. As I said, you don't have to go to your deepest depth on every pose. Don't have to push yourself every single time. Sometimes your practice can be restorative. Beautiful part about practicing at home is you get to choose. Left knee bends. Frame your left foot. Downward facing dog. Inhale, float right heel to sky. Exhale, right foot steps forward. You can soften that left knee down. Maybe you rise, high lunge. As you exhale, see if you can bend your back left knee a little bit. This allows a little more lengthening through your lower back, which then brings your core into the conversation. So we're not flaring our ribs, we're keeping this pose contained. Then from here, from this grounded, solid foundation, can you lengthen through your torso and lift your arms? Can you sink into your back left knee a little bit? Drive through your back left heel. Bring it into the equation also. Press through your right big toe. Deep inhale. Exhale your fingers to the earth. Your right leg straightens. Now, if you wish, you can stay in this extended pyramid pose, or you can shorten your stance. Fold over that right leg. Ensure that your hips are square to the front of the room, so that right hip draws back, that left hip pulls forward. And then soften down. Plant your palms, step back, down dog. Inhale that left heel to sky. Exhale, your left foot steps forward. Rise, high lunge. Sink in. Bend that back right knee. Feel how square your hips are to the front of the room. This is what we want to maintain through this pose and through extended pyramid pose. So notice how your hips feel now in this space. Notice where your back foot is. Notice where your front foot is. Breathe. Start to create this connection to your body. Be a part of the conversation. Don't just simply place yourself, your limbs, anywhere. Try and be mindful with your movements. Deep breaths when you're in space. Exhale, fingers to the earth. Think of your hips. As you fold, your left leg straightens. Maybe you shorten that stance, maybe you keep it nice and long. Blocks are handy here. Soft shoulders. When I first started practicing yoga, I always found it handy when I was in a pose before to pause the video, run in front of the mirror, check my alignment, and then come back to the video. So if this is something you need to do, allow yourself some time. Look, it's not always how the pose looks, it's how it feels, yes, but alignment is key. Bend your left leg, downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple forward, high plank. And we'll exhale, lower for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause halfway down in Chaturanga Dandasana. Hold. Draw your shoulders back and down. Elbows hug your side waist. Breathe. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, press up, high plank. Deep inhale. Exhale, lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause here. Engage through your glutes. Hold your core. Your knees can soften down. This is what it looks like with knees down. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Untuck your toes. Up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful, guys. Inhale, right heel floats to sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, your right foot steps up next to your right thumb. We rise, Anjaneyasana. Inhale. Exhale, deepen into your back left knee. Notice how you feel. Stay deep in that leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw your hands to your heart center. Begin to turn open towards your right. Lengthen your right hand off behind you. Left hand forward. Stay deep in your back right knee. Breathe. Inhale, come back to center. Legs stay solid. Exhale your fingertips to the earth. Straighten your right leg. This time shorten your stance. Fold in traditional pyramid pose. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Now inhale, halfway lift. Place your left hand either on your left foot, or maybe you place it outside your left foot onto a block or onto the floor. Draw your right shoulder back. Keep drawing your right hip back, driving through your right foot, coming into twisted pyramid pose. Now just embrace the wobbles here. Keep trying to turn yourself open. If you fall out, don't worry, it's just yoga. And breathe. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, look down. Place your right hand to the earth. Begin to turn yourself open, finding an open pyramid shape. You may like to adjust your back left foot to find Trikonasana, or you may like to stay here in this open pyramid. Wherever you are, breathe. Now spot the earth, left hand to earth, downward facing dog. Inhale, left heel floats. Exhale, left foot mindfully steps forward. Anjaneyasana, inhale to rise. Exhale, deepen in, bending that back right knee to whatever depth feels good for you. Notice how square your hips are. Notice how engaged you feel through your core. And inhale. Exhale, your hands draw to your heart center and begin to turn open. Gaze towards the left. Keep trying to square your hips towards the front of the mat. Sink into the posture a little more. Beautiful. You can do this, keep it up. Those legs may be burning. Back through center, inhale. Exhale, fingertips to the earth. Straighten that left leg, shorten your stance. Pyramid pose, fold in. Head hangs heavy. Slow your breath rate down. Now inhale, half lift. Maybe your hand on your right foot, your right hand on your left foot, or on the left side of your left foot. Maybe it's to a block. Place your hand, turn yourself open. That left hand can float. Now know the wider you have your legs, so not front to back distance, but from left to right, left side of mat to right side of mat. The wider you have your legs, the more stable you will be. So if you find that you're tipping over, maybe you fold back into pyramid, widen your stance, and then come back into it. Keep drawing your left shoulder open. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Gaze down. Left hand lands. Turn yourself open. Keep trying to draw your left hip back, squaring your hips towards the front of the mat. Don't let your left butt, don't let your booty pop out to the side. Keep drawing that left hip towards the back of the mat, your right hip forward, stay square. Look down, hands to the mat, downward facing dog. Either rest or come forward into your high plank. Lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Untuck your toes, inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Coming into child's pose, knees wide, big toes touch, sink your hips towards your heels. Soften your head down towards the mat. Maybe you have a drink or a sweat towel break. I know I'm sweating. Just 3 breaths to center yourself. 3 breaths to draw everything inward once more. And on your next inhale, rise. Sink your weight off to either your left or right hip. Swing your legs around. Navasana boat pose. So your thighs hug together, arms reaching out, maybe hands behind your hamstrings if it's, if this pose is super, super tricky for you, but maybe try and lengthen those arms out. Your heels can find the earth if you wish. So from here, bring your hands into like a little ball of energy in front of your heart. Take a deep inhale. And then as you exhale, transfer that energy to the left side, tapping the earth. Inhale back through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, lower, low boat. Inhale, rise. Exhale, tap left. Inhale, center. Exhale, tap right. Inhale, center, lower. Back to center. Tap left. Center. Tap right. Center. Lower. Rise. Left. Right. Lower. 2 more. Left. Right. Lower. Final time, you've got this. Left, right, lower, hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, land. Soften down into the mat for a moment. Just breathe here. Beautiful. Now coming into our back bend series. Either bridge or wheel. We have 2 rounds. You may like to press up into bridge first and then try wheel on your second round. Maybe you'd like to go 2 rounds of wheels. Your choice. I don't mind. I'll cue bridge first. So set your feet up. You should just be able to brush your Achilles with your fingertips. Beautiful. Keep your legs in line with your hips. Take a deep inhale into your belly. And exhale, drive through your heels, lift your hips. Then you can walk your shoulders in and underneath, interlace through your hands, chasing the earth with your fingertips. Really trying to lift your heart towards your collarbones. Your gaze stays towards the sky. Glutes really, really super active. Hamstrings active. And if you've pressed up into wheel here, draw your shoulders back and down. So feel that external rotation through your shoulders. Lock your shoulders into their position of strength. Drive as much through your legs as you are your hands. Begin to press your heart towards the back of your mat. Now wherever you are, if you're in bridge, lift up a little higher. If you're in wheel, see if you can hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, soften down. Deep breaths here. If you did wheel, well done. If you did bridge, well done. Back bends are challenging. Just spending this time laying down, bringing your energy back down, and preparing yourself for the next round. So if you're going into bridge pose, set yourself up, take yourself there. If you're going into wheel, flip those hands, take a deep inhale, then exhale to rise. I like to press up onto my head, readjust my hands, and then continue from there. Drive through your hands, drive through your feet just as much, engage through your glutes. Feel the opening through your abdomen, the opening through your heart. Breathe. Maybe you close your eyes, go to your happy place, and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, soften down, dissolve your pose, melt into your mat. Maybe you windshield wiper your knees from left to right, right to left. And hug your knees into your chest. Kick back and forward. And roll yourself up towards a seated position where you lengthen your legs out in front of you, untuck the flesh from your buttocks, and simply hinging at your hips, fold forward. Feel this beautiful spinal flexion after a very big spinal extension. Just know back bends do become a little easier over time. They're one of my Achilles heels in my practice. My back's not great in back bends, but that's why I find it easy to teach them, because I'm coming from a place of struggle. I know I need to really use my legs. I know I really need to engage my glutes. Proper positioning will help you gain access to a deeper level of every pose. Three more breaths. And inhale, sit back up. Draw your heels in, soles of feet pressed together. Baddha Konasana, sit tall. And exhale, if you feel, fold forward. Keep trying to find length. You may like to press your elbows onto the inside of your thighs, just opening your legs up a little more. And inhale, sit back up. And as you exhale, begin to relax down onto your backs, hugging your knees into your chest, rocking from side to side. And place your left foot down onto the mat, your right ankle crossing over your left thigh, recline pigeon. Draw your left leg towards you, interlacing either behind your hamstring or your shin. Flex your right foot towards your right knee. The aim of this pose is to guide your right knee towards the front of your mat or away from your body. This allows a deeper external rotation of the hip, which then in turn stretches your external rotators of the hip. I invite you to close down through your eyes and find a little bit of chill in this moment. And place your left foot down to the mat. Switch your pose over. Right foot places left ankle over right thigh. And draw everything in, whilst at the same time pressing your left knee away from you. I like to use my left arm to press the knee away. And replace your right foot down onto the earth. Same goes with your left foot. Take your arms wide to a T and windshield wiper your legs from left to right, right to left, releasing through your lower back. And the next time you make your way over to your left side, pause here. And pick your left foot up, crossing it over your right knee, just aiding in that twist a little more. And unhook your left foot. Come back through center and over towards the right. Right foot lifting up and placing over your left thigh. And unhook the foot, come back through center. Give yourself a giant hug. Breathe in as much air as possible. And exhale. Everything releases long, coming towards Shavasana. Feel completely calm, strong, capable, and satisfied in this place in time. You worked hard today, so just marinate in the space. And this is where I leave you in today's practice. Feel free to lay here in Shavasana for as long as you like. I thank you greatly for joining me, for practicing with me today. Always remember, today is going to be a good day. I hope you have amazing days, amazing weeks, amazing lives. And I hope to see you again soon, joining me for your yoga practice. With love and gratitude, Namaste.